Hello and thank you for watching You Money Happiness, a channel that's devoted to folks who want to live a good life and understand that money and money management play a significant role in our personal experiences. In this particular video, I'm going to describe how you can get started with a pretty profitable side hustle, freelance writing. Now, of course, side hustle is secondary income, and it can do a lot of good things for you financially. That side hustle can help you save for a major purchase. It can help you pay down debt. It can help you put a little bit more money in your IRA or mutual fund. And freelance writing is simply the act of writing something, a blog post, an ad script, whatever, in exchange for money. In fact, you can make quite a bit of money doing it. I suggest that a side hustling freelance writer might be able to generate between $250 and $750 per week, working something like 5 to 15 hours in the mornings, the evenings, and on the weekends. So how do you do it? How do you get started as a freelance writer? Well, I think there are really 5 things you need to think about just getting started. First, you want to practice the art of writing. If this video was about how to start a side hustle as a professional tennis player or as a boxer, you would know that you would have to practice. You wouldn't run on the court or step in the ring and start swinging. You'd head to the gym. You'd hire a coach. You would learn the sport. Well, the same thing is true for freelance writing. If you're going to be a professional freelance writer, you need to practice the art of writing. And this means you need to understand grammar. You need to understand sentence structure. All those things that you didn't want to do in school, in a sense, you need to learn them. So how do you do it? Well, I would suggest a few things. I think you need a style guide. I would suggest purchasing the Associated Press style book and studying it. You also want to look for a little book called The Elements of Style. And you might even take a class. There are several online classes you can take. I think the Gotham Writers Workshop has an essentials class and a nonfiction class that could be really good for you. But really learn and practice the art. You also want to read articles. I would suggest reading the Wall Street Journal. I think it's one of the best written newspapers in the United States. And you can also read other sort of high-level news sites and blogs. What you're trying to accomplish here is just to understand how a good article sounds in your head. Reading it will sort of teach you how to write it in a sense. And then I think you should read about writing. So there's a site called Copy Blogger. It's a great place to do this. They have lots of articles about how to write copy. So you want to practice the art of writing. Next, I want to encourage you to pick a topic or just a few topics. In my humble opinion, it is a lot easier to be a successful freelance writer if you write about specific topics than if you try to be a generalist. So pick something that you want to write about. This could be something that you already do or are already familiar with. So for example, if your primary income comes from designing NoSQL databases, then write about NoSQL databases. If your primary job is as a real estate agent, then you can write about real estate. Or maybe you have some passion. Maybe you love cooking and you want to write about cooking. Or maybe there's something that you haven't really got a lot of expertise in, but you're super interested in, like you want to learn marketing. Well, then you could write about marketing. The takeaway here is simply to pick a specific topic that you can write about. Once you have your topic and you've started to practice the art of writing, you want to generate a portfolio. And I'm really talking about a dozen articles that you can share with a prospective client. If possible, try to get those articles published. So you could reach out to some industry blogs that publish articles about the topic you want to write about and offer to give them a post for free. Or you could put your post up on Medium or on LinkedIn. And maybe even better yet, you could create your own freelance writing website that sort of describes you and your background and includes the articles that you've written in your portfolio. But you want to, again, be able to share these with prospective clients. Next, you want to protect yourself legally. And what I mean here is that you want to have a writing contract that you can use with each of your clients. This contract should describe what you'll be providing to the client and how much they're going to be paying you. There should be language about what happens if they reject it. Do you get a kill fee, etc. And I think it's worth spending, even a couple of $100s to hire an attorney or use an online service to create a writing contract template that you can then use over and over again with each of your clients. Perhaps the most difficult part of starting your side hustle as a freelance writer will be marketing yourself and your business. it's going to be difficult because it may force you to do some things you're uncomfortable with. For example, I think the best way to find a client is to reach out to them directly with a personalized pitch. So what does this mean? Well, this means that you've selected your topic, you know kind of the industry niche you're after, and you're going to go onto LinkedIn and you're going to go onto Google and you're going to find a list of companies that you want to send a pitch to. And this might be 50 or 100, literally 50 or 100 companies. You're going to need to identify the person you need to send the pitch to at each of those businesses, and then you're going to send a message on LinkedIn, or you're going to go ahead and send a cold email. And this pitch needs to be personalized, right? It shouldn't be just something generic that you're sending to all 50 or 100. In each case, I'm telling you, take a few minutes and personalize the pitch for that company. Secondary to that, there are a few job boards where you can find some freelance work. So ProBlogger is one. You can sometimes find freelance work on angel.co or on LinkedIn. There's a site called journalismjobs.com where you can also find some freelance work. And those sites are good, but in the long run, I think you're going to make more money if you take the time and develop your own clients, as I first talked about. I also want to sort of suggest that you stay away from the work auction sites, so Upwork or Guru. These are sites where you would go in and bid on some kind of a writing project. And I really don't think they pay very well, and I don't think that the work product is really very good for your portfolio. So I'd recommend that you stay away from those. All right, so I described sort of 5 steps in getting started with a freelance writing side hustle. Again, the emphasis is on getting started. Freelance writing is a long game. The more that you're in it, the easier it is to find clients, the better relationships you have, the more money you're going to make with your side hustle. I wish you a lot of luck. I hope you take a minute and subscribe to this channel. And in the comments, let me know how I did. Was this video helpful? What would you have liked to have seen?